Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Red Flood as good old Fiume. Let's continue on from last left off. So we've gotten 2 more units for free, which is just really nice for us. We can modify you, but I don't think we want to. I think we want to save war economy and probably extend the conscription for once we're actually at war with Italy. We're going to save our political power for that. Austria is about to win their war against the Swiss. CNT's been annexed, which is just really nice for us. And hopefully the Spanish state, because again, they're accelerationists as well. All of you, if Austria, Spain join our faction, well, I would like it quite a bit. Especially since you give us a very, very long front line with the Italians, and also a big front line with Germany whenever the time for that war actually comes. And I don't know what Poland's going to do. Prussia has their alliance kind of thing with Prussia going in Austria. Which means that they've gone... Yeah, pact with Prussia. They conquered Czechoslovakia. Conquered Switzerland. But you can't do this one because you cannot seek protection from the British. You can challenge Yugoslavia. Circle of Steel. So you do get an alliance there. War goal against Germany. So we'll kind of see what your plans are, Austria. Again, it would be nice if you were in a faction with us. I think 20% research speed is really, really good. So the dark forces of nature ensnared in the nets and traps of chemical and mechanical formulas, and therefore enslaved by mankind, wreak havoc. Wreak a terrible revenge, leaping at our throats with all the impetus savagery of mad dogs. You know all about this. You know whose labor is in the laboratory. You who rule over the docile mass of electrons with a surprising ease. You... Knights of Science. I know I just declared war on you guys. How are you guys doing then? You actually have a lot of war goals here. So you're taking some decent territory. And anything you guys are doing? Nothing so crazy. I'll put you back on this front. I only want you guys training 1 for the moment. We can't afford... Probably, you know what? Scrap this guy as well. We can't afford to maintain a massive army, even with 8 divisions in our tiny little section of the map. I still feel like that's actually quite a bit. It looks like you guys have actually backed off of your front line with the Austrians, which does make sense. Negotiate licenses, docking rights. We get military access through you, but I don't think we need to do that. So, you know, let's go for dive bombing. The heroic scientists for a nice 20% boost. So now we're at plus 35, which is quite nice for us. And the horde of motors. Motor cars are truly mysterious. They have their own foibles. They do unexpected things. They seem to have personality, souls, and the wills of their own. You have to stroke them, treat them respectively. Never mishandle them, nor overtire them. And we need much more of them. We're gonna get 2,000 guns and 800 units of motorized vehicles for free. Yeah, no, I'll take that. I have no problems at all. How many do you take? 150? Which means 850. So we can get 4 of you guys basically for free. Again, the only thing we're missing would be the manpower. We'll throw 1 motorized just in here to get that little pop-up to go away. Do you have any support companies? Do you have a recon company? I think that's fine, actually. I'm not too worried about that. After that, I mean, both of you, I think, are kind of garbage. We're going to lose even more stability there. We're going to get, like, a few hundred rifles. More military factories are nice. The 2.5% recruited population for free is also quite good for us. Which I don't need to explain. Having more units to throw at the enemy works pretty well. Taiwan's declared war on Beijing. Oh, Taiwan's also just taken over parts of, like, half of China. I don't know how they did that, but congratulations to them. Funan Clique is also a puppet of Taiwan. Okay, sure. Don't really know how that happened. So I guess next we'll go for embracing armor. Because, again, I don't really think it matters which one of these we choose. Armored vehicles are the overlords of the new age of warfare, artistically improving everything. They ford the raging torrents like a torpedo boat with bloody wings, breath surging forward, bursting with blood and fire. They strike like a lightning thrust of the Ardito's dagger into the endless stockpile of the belly of the filthy enemy. Okay, sure. I don't even know what this picture is. This picture looks like a lot like it comes from Disco Elysium. You go to this front line, please, and thank you. Very low manpower. Yeah, no, yeah. Having 0, I would consider that to be quite low. Even, is that with our 10% boost as well? I think so, because I don't think it's going up anymore. We're getting 6 more recruited population per month. Like, you have all of the guns and the motorized that you need. You're really just missing the manpower. Support equipment doesn't matter much. What do you got? We still don't know what you're doing. As unfortunate as that is, what can you do? You got Austrian comrades. Era of French might. Question status quo. Probably, I think you want to fight Germany more. No national focus. 2 legs to 4 wheels. We have to prepare for the imminent, inevitable identification of man with his machine, so as to facilitate and perfect the unending exchange of intuitions, rhythms, instincts, and metallic discipline. Absolutely unknown to majority and only guessed at by the brightest spirits. Like technology to research. You know what? 259 days, not so bad. But since we're going to get concentrated in Industry 3 in just a moment, we're going to immediately, I think, switch that over to being on to Advanced Machine Tools, 143 days. Not very bad for that. Even though we're not even close to our production efficiency cap on any of these things right now, still fine. It's still completely okay. Because right now, like, we can't build any more units until we conquer all of Italy. Which I think with the backing of France and maybe the backing of Austria, depending on what actually happens here. And what do you think you're going to go pan-Slavic, or do you think you're going to go pan, or the Latin Brothers? Hooray for Hume, the Raiders of Tehran, friendship with the West, allies in Russia. Probably makes more sense for you to go Slavic Brethren, I think, to be quite honest. But we'll see what they do. You're all done. You know what? Let's get Expedition 1. This might add 1 more steel. Maybe. If we're lucky. The Fast Messiah. I mean, you've only been going down 1 tree, so that makes perfect sense. Attack and defense plus 10%. Yeah, no, that'd be the option I take as well. So dash and surprise. Organization plus 5. 10% attack. All those, really nice. The human heart must now become ever more accustomed to imminent danger so that future generations can be revitalized by real love of just such danger. Human progress increasingly demands the Chancer's spirit, the bloodhound's tenacity, the aviator's fearless intuition, the medium sensibilities, and the poet's foresight. Also a little bit faster, a little bit 5% movement speed. I guess never hurt anybody either. So Taiwan's doing pretty well for themselves. Maybe they'll annex Fujian clique into their country in the future. Japan's still at war. And the Unhai clique is doing pretty well for themselves, I would say. Apparently Trotsky's here. Just over here in Manchuria. We're just hanging out, I guess. Yeah, so you're getting some reforms. You have docking rights in Syria. And you have a lot of puppets right now. Apparently even Finland is a puppet of yours. Is Siberia not? No, they are. I just don't think they like you very much. Like I said, it's green. It makes perfect sense why Finland would actually then be a puppet of yours. So never mind. I feel foolish for even asking the question. With 131, I think we're just going to go for, I mean, you had 97% stability. So we don't need this, actually. War support, we also don't need, especially if we're going to be losing manpower. Cannot afford at all to be losing any of that. Really, we're worried if Germany decides to try to attack Spain. Or tries to attack France, I should say. That could prove to be a problem. Now we're going to crack the whip. Futurism is a flail with which we daily blood the faces of the cowards of Italy and the world. Futurism is a crackling stick of dynamite beneath the ruins of the past. Flail or dynamite. We're going to lose more stability, but we're going to get 30 army experience, so I guess that's something. I have noticed that Italy has absolutely no troops on our border. They also have no troops on the French border. So hopefully when we go to war, we rush in, France rushes in, and we just murder them. Ruthenian Empire has declared war on you. Oh, you guys. Okay. So it looks like the Polish-Russian war has begun. We'll see who kind of prevails there. Not that I think we care too much one way or the other. Because Ruthenian is like, give war goals on everybody, huh? Why do you have war goals over every single person? Are you the Empire of 5 races, I guess? Maybe you're supposed to be like the rightful king of Russia? I'm not too sure. But you guys fight it out. How many troops do you guys have? 59 to 173. I think you're just going to die. Also, Poland gave up some territory to the Ukrainians. I wouldn't have done that, especially since I think Ukraine is about to get their ass kicked by the Russians. But we'll see. And by the way, the 173 is also just for this. That's not including all their little puppet states, which they'll probably be calling in at some point. We need more. The Earth is at last giving up its entire yield, squeezed by the vast electrical hand of man. It dispenses the full substance of its riches, that far orange tree promised for so long to slake our thirst, conquered at last, but we need more. Get 2 more military factories. Technology, let's then just go for direct ground support, because again, we're going to be getting some planes very soon. I mean, even then, we don't have any manpower to deploy those aircraft. Which, you know, could theoretically have some sort of a problem there. You're now going to go even faster, huh? You move corporate management, divisions people 10%, 5% recruit, technology speed. What is corporate management for you? Oh, it's just horrible. Okay. Surrender limit, war support. So you're going to be doing quite well for yourself. What are you going to do after this one's done, though? Are you going to do more, are you going to question the status quo, maybe? Perhaps. Britain and the Germans hate us. Prussia did take over the Congo, so you're making some gains there. Like, why do you hate the futurists so much? Oh, British Empire. Yeah, you guys are already losing territory, so congratulations in your war against the Russians. It's not going very well. Let's get Excavation 2. Did we end up getting one more steel? Yeah, we actually did. It did exactly what I wanted it to. Our next move. This was actually a 70-day focus. Are they open? Oh, you're 35 days. So they're all 35 except for our next move, which I'm not too sure why that's the case. My god, we're no better than poor wandering trees. What we need is wings. So let us make ourselves some airplanes. Our airplanes will be war banners and passionate lovers for you. We get 200 units of Fiume Fighter 1 and 120 units of Fiume interwar bombers. Both added to our national stockpile, which is quite nice. 2 more military factories. I think we're just going to put 2 more on rifles, to be honest. I mean, steel is still a problem. Let's import 1 more. Like, how fast are we constructing? I mean, with 1 constructing May 24th. I mean, we've gotten as much industry as I really think you possibly can at this point. We don't have any aluminum. We don't have any rubber. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. Let's get Excavation 3. And maybe we can actually get 1 more rubber. Get up to 5 if we're lucky. France has a decent amount of troops on this border. Your question is status quo. So you could lead us to war with Germany a little bit sooner than I would like. I would like to kill Italy first, before we even attempt, because you can't fight Britain and Germany. You're targeting Germany. We'll unlock decisions to form an anti-German pact. I guess actually against the British, you don't have... We'll unlock decisions to empower revolutions in British colonies. Give some bonus to Israel. Deal with the Red Devil. So I guess, man, it's strange that you can't fight both. If you're going to form an anti-German alliance, because this doesn't give you a... You need to go all the way down to communism bites the dust to actually get the war goal. Support Finland, but Finland is currently Russian. So, yeah, if you get Prussia, probably Russia on your side as well. Bangladesh, I guess, maybe. Deals with the Anglo Devil. I don't know if Britain would be willing to ally with you necessarily, but we'll see. 616 political power. So you know what? Let's just boost this up to 100%. We have the political power to do so, and it's free. We might even go with the straight up to service by requirement, honestly. No, we'll go for extensive conscription first. We don't need to go too heavy on that. Well, we should be able to declare war on Italy before France declares war on Germany. So if we can get France to kind of support our cause, it would be quite nice. Yeah, I think Minsk is already about to be killed. Lithuania did join a war. None of Russia's puppets did, surprisingly enough. Are you a puppet of, No, you're just guaranteed by the British and the Russians. Okay. So we're gonna be ready. Venomant, god of a race of steel, space-intoxicated automobile, stamping with anguish, champing at the bit. A formidable Japanese monster with eyes like a forge, fed on fire and mineral oils, hungry for horizons and side real spoils. Now they're just giving us poetry. I mean, you actually just declare war on Italy. You don't actually even give us a war goal. It's just a straight-up annexation. So we'll see if France wants to help us out here, because you got 11 to 42. You have 100 to 1. So France, I mean, apparently the military's kind of exploded. They had only like 50 last time I checked, I think. Yeah, but Germany also is a pretty large... Well, they got the potential for a pretty large army. Gonna get a little bit more population. You're really declaring war on more people? Why would you declare war on the one on the steppes first? I mean, it doesn't really matter so much, but it's just a little bit strange that that's the one that you'd go with, to be quite honest. Standing Empire's also declared war on someone else. Yeah, you're really just bringing more people into this war for no reason, because you cannot win. You're about to lose. You've already lost Minsk. Like, how much, like, Ruthenia's about to capitulate, so I'm not too sure what their problem is. Then we're going to go for Set, because now we got even more recruit population, which is nice. I unleash your heart of diabolical puffs and your giant pneumatics for the dance that lead you to... Please stop. That you lead on the white roads of the world. At last I release your metallic reins, you leap with ecstasy into liberating infinity. Gain 100% war support. I mean, I'll take it. Who did you declare war on this time? You declared war on you, I think. Like, they just have a death wish. Eventually they're going to declare war on the Baltic government, and then it's just going to be worse for them, I would say. After this, you know what? Let's go for... I mean, it's 39. You know what? Getting atomic research, even just for the research speed bonus, I think is kind of okay. And you'll all be finishing within the next few weeks anyway, so it's not a major problem. You are accelerationist. You're not in our faction, unfortunately. But you should have your ability to kind of form a faction now with various other countries. So if you can invite, let's say, Austria, Spain, the Dutch, Poland, I don't know who you can invite, but if you can invite them all into a faction, you know, wouldn't hurt, I would say. So that get us to 5 steel? It did. Nice. It'll be a bigger deal once we actually have taken over Italy. You have one more day till you're done. I honestly think we just kind of keep on going. Go for the support companies, 264 days. And even you. Actually, no, that's probably not you. We'll go for... I mean, we can get you for 107 days. You are a 1940? Yeah, I mean, it's actually not even that far ahead of time, honestly. For it to be, like, an amazing thing for us. As unfortunate as that kind of is. Yeah, so you've now finished. We're going to go over to here. We're going to get the 938 rifles. We're not going to do it right away. And then we're going to go for go. Let me read it. Let me read this. Let me read the last event pop up. Hurrah! No more contact with the filthy earth. At last I break loose and fly freely over the intoxicating abundance of stars streaming in a great bed of sky. You're going to be 35 days. France, are you going to be moving troops down towards this border? I'm sure Italy wouldn't mind it. Fuzzy economic complications. Sure. After that, let's go even more factories just in Fiume. Just keep on building them. And after that, let's go for one more in support equipment. We'll be ready in 20 days. So, I mean, France isn't moving troops, unfortunately, down towards the south. You're going to topple Bulgaria. What does that do for you? Yugoslavia gets annexation war gold against Bulgaria. Okay, French military mission, which also gives them some bonus experience. So Yugoslavia fighting against Bulgaria, I think, is meaningful. Bulgaria might end up joining with the Third International, though. Maybe? I mean, what would Italy do, though? It's a very awkward situation we actually might find ourselves in. So the world might explode once we finish this Casus Belli. We'll have to kind of see, because Russia's also not in a faction. At least not at the moment. Like, can people... I can't even see if anybody can join factions in this mod, because I'm not a faction leader. But in 2 days, our war goal will be ready. And we have declared war on Italy. But I think with that, this is going to be a good time for us... Actually, can I just call you in right away? Yes. But I think with that, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthem. If you've enjoyed, remember thumbs up. Now do a click thumb down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.